First, two things that I agree with. I gotta say, ouch to Apostle McClain with the food. Um, so we've been talking about this with my brothers, and I've already been all right, Reggie. You got to get back to where you was. So that's a conviction. Then the other brother, I think it was Pastor J. See, there's four things I have, and during COVID and after COVID, I have accountability brothers that I get with often. I have a therapist. I have two mentors, and I have an anointed wife. So I say this to say it takes a village even to raise a man and to help him grow. Now, I was one of them black brothers from the streets. I don't need no therapist. God plus therapy is helping me. God plus therapy. Because God had to show me, coming from the Chicago projects, coming from Miami, Florida, illegally sentenced in prison, 18 and a half years, watching my mother be in prostitution and drugs, that just don't go away. No. See, sometimes you get so busy in your ministry that you don't take time to heal, like the brother said. Your gift keep pushing you, but you haven't gone deep. Sometimes we cover it up so that we can go on our calling. God showed me that I still had anger rooted in me. He said, you still got that 9-year-old boy that was bullied, and you haven't allowed him to heal all the way. But I was traveling, been on Black Enterprise, CB, and all that good stuff, and still it was something here that needed healing. So that's why I said accountability, brothers, mentors, therapists, and an anointed wife. I'm saying that because a lot of men don't want to listen to their woman. It's sometimes that my wife says some stuff to me who I'm newly married to, and I'm like, whoa. But I said, God, I've surrendered so I can hear wherever it's coming from because I know who I am. Once you know who you are, you have to get the things that help you go forward. You don't want, TDJ said, can you stand to be blessed? You don't want to go on this next level and be over people and everything be shown, and then you be in denial because you will fall. I'm not going to name no leaders that we see on TV that has fallen because you're anointed and sometimes appointed, but you're not healed and surrendered all the way. Wow. And God can use you because he used me mightily. Then he said, but for this next level, son, we can't take this up here. And he showed me, but the first question she asked, spoken about COVID. COVID was a time to see yourself in the mirror. It was a time to sit down. Yes, I've developed other books, businesses, and all that, but that's when I got that therapist. That's when I started getting more accountability. But I went to other men and said, man, would you mind mentoring me, being my mentor? I asked them. They were in business and spirituality because I knew I respected the level that God was elevating me to. I said, okay, God, you see yourself every day. Come on now, man. Watching, listening. You know you got a lust or anger. You know that's there.
Yes.
You know you eat too much. So if you can't, I always say there's a result. If I can't do it on my own, because people respect, like Pastor L. Laurent said, people respect me. I got this expectation. I'm like, hold up, God. I don't want to get up there and fall. I don't need to be embarrassed. So go ahead and handle me. So after I had been on magazines and TV, I ended up homeless. Because God said, you're chasing success, and I call you for ministry.
Wow.
He set me down. It was the best thing he could have did. I had to get that embarrassment out the way. I had got divorced. I went through all of that. But when I say it helped me, you don't want to be big and bold and then that veil get pulled away. So what I'm saying is, I'm gonna say it again, God plus therapy for me. An anointed wife that I have to listen to. I got accountability brothers and mentors. Because I believe that after COVID, people gonna be looking for men of God and women of God. I said this in the last time I was on here. There's a lot of women of God, man, taking off in business ministry. They moving past us. Because they on that floor crying out, rolling. Come on, God, help me. Jesus. So as men of God, he gave us an exact time during COVID and after to say, look, God, all right, I can't go to work every day. I can't do this every day. I can't get out. So what you sitting there doing? Is you watching a lot of TV or you in that prayer? I go back to Mr. Ron said, are you in God's face? So this is a time because he wants to launch us. But do you want to be elevated undone? Do you want to be elevated undone? I'm talking back to myself too, because every time it takes too long, God say, look, all right, let me reveal this little part that you covered up, but you ain't got delivered from. All of us, ain't none of us perfect on here. That little snatch people up and check people I used to do, God was like, you in the streets or you in the ministry? Because I used to say, Lord, let me check them. Straight like that. He said, okay, you can't keep doing that, son. Because there's I'm in a men's group, and I'm just, race has nothing to do with this. I'm 45 years old. I know I look younger, bless the Lord, but I'm 45 years old. I'm sitting in a group of older white brothers in their 60s and 70s. I walked in the door. I said, this is the Bible study when I went to Richmond. I'm glad that I surrendered unto God and I ain't pushed away to that's another thing, what you're accustomed to. I could have left. I'm the only young black dude in there. And by the time God it made me what? My anointing had to come on. I had to prepare because they started calling on me. These older white men started calling, hey, Brother Reggie, what you think? What you think? I like your text today. I said, God, you didn't do that for my head to get big. You did that for the accountability of my calling.
That's good.
So I can't be street dude in there. It was a blessing. Certain tables you gonna sit at. Your mouth has to know what you're saying. Your character when they check you. I'm talking about me. My dad used to say, they got a cage for you gorillas. You got to beat this is what they said about my dad, about the white men. You got to beat them with this. You can't beat them with this. Because this is what I knew. So now when you're in a spiritual format and you're not surrendered because you can't control your flesh. I used to pop off easy and I couldn't control it. Because I had been bullied coming up. My mother was in prostitution. I didn't know my dad. So that's deep wounds but you know you call. I'm saying to the men, you know you called. You know you got a platform.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, surrender, get that help. You already know your calling. Yeah. Get that help. And that's what I'm thinking. I know. I don't think I know God showed me because, yeah, he going to launch you out, but don't get out there and get embarrassed. Then you got to come before and say, man, brother, I got to sit down. People of God, I got to sit down because of this. Yeah, I understand. Because he set me down. I ended up homeless. But, man, it was good. That's my thing right now.
My.